Hey guys, Kimber's here. Thank you for watching my channel, tuning in today. Like always, once a problem is solved, the solution seems so simple, and you wonder why it took so long to come around to that. And that's certainly the case here. Really disappointed in myself. I believe I have I know I have a fix, and I believe I have a couple of solutions to prevent it from happening again. So go ahead, I got some good video here for you that you could see how everything operates, what has happened, and what it took to get it freed up. And there's enough, I think, good information that you could come to your own conclusions without wondering, what was that? You didn't show that long enough. So, all right, guys, enjoy the video. Sneak around here and turn you off. Okay, guys, this is the condition of the clutch. Okay, I got the knob on the outside of the crank handle in the front of the apron. I got this collar, just threaded. This is the end of that knob, shaft running through the apron. Okay, turning this clockwise will engage this cone into this brass gear. And if you watch right there, you watch it get sucked in there. You notice it's working also. So counterclockwise, it pulls it out. Clockwise, it pulls it in. So let's watch this. So with the clutch engaged, I have a little gap here, a little space between the apron back cover and this collar. Okay, when I disengage the clutch, we're turning it counterclockwise, and this is traveling towards the back of the apron. What's happening is that is getting cranked a little too tight, and once it gets too tight, it's not releasing. I feel really silly for not taking care of this right away. There's a dog-eared set screw. Let me grab it in case you don't know what that is. It's a dog-eared set screw that screws in here and goes down into the threaded shaft, the threaded portion of the shaft. That locks this collar in place. Now, there were times where I was thinking that this had to be backed off and adjusted. Well, if you back this off, that dog-eared set screw will not engage. So that's where it's got to stay. The key is going to be not over tightening this when you're disengaging the clutch. Okay, there's engaged again here. Disengaged. So that's engaged, and there's a little over a turn disengages it with that knob. So I just need to avoid over tightening it when I'm disengaging the clutch. Now, is there a situation when the machine is running that can tighten itself up? I don't think so, but I don't know. So how did I get it freed up? Should have done this right away. Pull the apron off, blah, 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 put it back together, okay? So, overcomplicating things as usual. So it came down to last night is, what is the problem? I have a screw that is froze up. I cannot get it out of the bolt, out of its hole. In this case, this collar. You drill it out, with last resort maybe. Penetrating oil. I had some WD-40. It's all I thought I had last night. And I put a little bit of that on there, a couple applications, and I realized that I have some PB Blaster in the cold part of the garage. So I brought that in last night, and this morning when it was adequately warm, I sprayed some of that back here on the threads and down in this hole, and next I just applied a little MAP gas. I took this long set screw, screwed it in here, with my right hand I held onto this handle on the outside, the knob. This is after applying some heat. And with my left hand I took this tool and gave us a couple taps. And freed up, very easily, right away. So, problem is fixed. There's no adjustment here. Just do not over tighten this. I can engage the clutch here. This is sucked in. I'm disengaging now. It's coming out. Okay, it just made contact with the face of the back of the apron, this collar. So I can release that in a half a turn and leave, 15 thousandths gap between this plate and this collar, and that's the way it should always be. I should never have it contacting it. It could be a change of temperature, tighten that thing up, whatever, could tighten it up. But problem is solved. Very simple, as it almost always is. It just takes me several days to see it. If you watch in here, when I activate the clutch, you can see this action in here being sucked in and out. At the same time that's happening, this cone is getting drawn into that brass gear. And that's how it operates. I just need to refrain from tightening that up all the way and always leave this thing with a gap there. In the future, if it happens again, can I fix this without taking the apron off? I might be able to do this situation. And access that from underneath. Very tight, narrow passage. I could make this a dog-eared set screw and screw it in and leave that there. So all I would have to do is grab this from underneath and out and work it, work it loose if I get in that situation again. I think we'll just put it back to original and refrain from letting that thing tighten. And maybe, I just thought of this, but maybe a maybe a nylon washer between these to collar and this plate. I don't know, nylon, plastic, Delron, whatever, you know. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to put a thin, call it plastic washer, between these two parts. So when it tightens up, it's going to hit that plastic washer and squeeze it before it can get too tight. Okay, those are my ideas. That's my thoughts. This should be clear enough for you to form your own opinions. And I mean, I think you have all the facts, and you can come up with your own conclusions and leave them in the comments. So that's it. It's put it back together, install the new cross-slide lead screw and the new nut, and see if I can't turn that 70 thousandths run out to 5 or 6 maybe, or maybe 2 or 3. We'll see. Appreciate you all coming around. Everybody have a Merry Christmas. It's Christmas Eve today. Actually, it's Christmas Eve day today. So have a happy, Merry Christmas, safe Christmas, and just be careful, guys. Like and subscribe, tell a buddy, bring a friend.